3 weeks with PS5. Let's discuss. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Choi661 here, and in today's video, I will be discussing the PlayStation 5. Let's get right into it. So, as you heard at the beginning, I will be discussing my 3 weeks with my PS5 system. I got the disc version. I will be talking about the pros and cons of owning one, and of course, the controller and games, and also performance. So let's get right into it. So, PS5. If you guys don't know what a PS5 system is, then you guys have been living under a rock. It's probably one of the most biggest console launches of this generation in gaming, as well as the Xbox Series X. But PS5, I think, in my opinion, or is a fact as well, definitely had the biggest launch, as what I've seen with sales and also game sales as well. But I'm gonna be talking about no sales and just my experience with the PS5. So right off the bat, I will say that PS5 is a very massive system. It's definitely different looking than my PS4, which started this channel. Um, I like how it's multicolored with the black and white. I think it looks totally different. And if I'm honest, like when you first get it, it's gonna look weird with your setup, depending on your setup. I mean, my setup, it doesn't match, but like now I think it matches, because I have a white Xbox Series S, and it didn't match at first, and it looks nice now, but it's totally different than what a normal PlayStation system looks like throughout the years. Um, It's very silent. The system is very quiet, and I will discuss more on that topic later on. But I will say the SSD is definitely a form factor of this generation with Sony. Um, for example, I mean, I do play Fortnite off and on. I'm not one of those Fortnite bots that, play the game 24 hours a day. I'm not one of those. I play casually with friends, for example, German Gaming. So, I will say that speed on that game is significantly 100 times faster than PlayStation 4. I mean, it's just like PC. And Fortnite, I will confirm this, does run 4K 60 on PS5. I believe no ray tracing yet has been added to Fortnite. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I will say, even games that are not optimized for speed, like GTA 5 runs at a smooth 30 FPS. And load times are significantly different on GTA 5. For example, loading into story mode takes about 20 seconds, 25 seconds, like from booting the game up all the way to loading into story mode. Now, online is significantly faster, but you must remember that online truly depends on the servers. Now, that being said, most games do run quickly though because of the servers being fast. For example, COD Cold War, which I will be showing you gameplay very soon of that game. But yeah, I mean, PlayStation 5 with the speed is significantly better than any console I've ever played on before. Like I said, I have played on the original PS4, the OG PS4, not the PS4 Slim nor the Pro, the OG PS4, which that thing was slow. I mean, at the time it was fast, but it's slow now in 2020. Oh, scratch. But let me discuss with the storage, which is my first main issue of the PS5 system. Now, the Xbox Series X does have a somewhat slower SSD, which if you look at video clips and also pictures of speed of loading times, it's like a 5 to 10 second difference. But the problem I have with the PS5 storage is on the box it says 800 and some, I think 825 gigabytes. But when you're taking the system out of the box, plugging it in, and turning it on, as soon as you turn it on, you're gonna get like 670 or 90, somewhere around there. And also Astro World, which if you guys don't know what Astroworld is, it's a free PlayStation 5 game, exclusive only to PS5. It shows you the controller, which I will be talking about the controller later. Which, I mean, the speed of the SSD is absolutely incredible, but the storage-wise, I mean, I think Sony could have done a little bit more better with the storage, at least 800 gigabytes. Not 600 because, I mean, Demon Souls, that's 50, 60 gigabytes. COD Cold War is over 150 gigabytes. That game is massive. And then, you know, let's say if you do want to experience GTA 5 loading times, you know, you gotta put GTA 5 on the PS5 SSD, which this game is 80 gigabytes. So, I mean, you have to make some, you know, choices here whether or not you want to experience speed on PS4 games, or if you just want to make the PS5 SSD fully just for PS5 games, which my only PS4 game on the SSD is Grand Theft Auto, because this is the main game I play mostly on my PS5. So the next topic of this video will be the PlayStation 5 UI. Now, PS4 players know that PS4 UI was amazing, but I mean, at the same time, it could have been a little bit better. And also, the UI on PS4 sometimes is really laggy. So, PlayStation 5 UI is completely redesigned. Some things do look like PS4 UI. For example, the games, how they just look like PS4. But I will say that PlayStation, well, Sony, they fully designed their PlayStation 5 UI completely different. It's refreshed. It's way more faster than ever before. I wish I could record it, but I am recording this on PS5 and it will not let me show the home screen, the UI. But I will say that the UI looks amazing. I mean, you guys could easily look up pictures on Google of the PlayStation 5 UI. Also, the store is completely remapped and completely different looking. It looks way better. It runs way smoother, no lag whatsoever. You don't even have to load into a different app for it. You could just go right onto it and you could buy the game or search for a game that you are looking for. Now, the PlayStation 5 UI is definitely different. It took me a few days to definitely find, you know, where I'm going and also to set everything up, YouTube, etc. But I will say, once you get used to the UI, it's completely different, it's completely better. It's definitely faster than PS4 UI, and it's definitely smoother. The next thing I will be talking about is the fan. Now, the PlayStation fan is definitely, you know, most of the time while I'm playing, you know, for example, Cold War right now, this is PS5. Definitely more quiet, and I will say that I might experience lag because there is another user in my house downloading GTA 5. But the PS5 runs this game amazing. But anyway, fan speed. Now, Sony has put a brand new fan into the PS5. It's way bigger than ever before in any PlayStation system. And I will confirm this, it's definitely way bigger than a normal PS4 fan. It's definitely more quieter for me because I normally play at nighttime. And this guy, look at this. And I died. But it's definitely more. I'm gonna leave so then I don't lag. But the PS4 fan is definitely PS4. So the next topic of the PlayStation 5 will be fan speed. Now with PS5 fan speed, I'm seeing many people are saying, you know, the fan is loud, and also this and that about the PS5 fan. I have zero issues with my fan. Now, I will say this, I do have coil whine on my PlayStation 5 system. If you guys do not know what coil whine is within the PSU, which is the power supply unit, and it does make a noise. Now, this noise is completely normal. It's completely normal. The reason why it makes noise is because of two coils within the power supply unit. They vibrate, and the reason why they vibrate is because the system needs more power for games. For example, Cold War, I can't hear right now because I'm not sitting close to my TV. But let's say if I'm playing at nighttime and my TV volume is down low, you will hear it. Now, you might not have coil whine, and if you do, it's completely fine. It is completely fine. Okay? I see many people complaining about it. I see many people talking about it and saying their system is defective. It's not defective. Most PCs, gaming PCs, have coil whine. And also, I am versus box because right now my internet is shitty. But coil whine is completely fine. And I will say the fan speed is definitely way better than PS4 fan speed, which sounds like an aircraft going off. But the next topic I want to discuss is the PS5 UI. So, PS5 UI. I see many people talking about PS5 UI, and many people like it, many people don't like it. So, I'm going to say this in simple words. The PS5 UI is definitely a game changer. It's definitely remapped. Now, when you first do get a PS5, you're going to get lost. If you've never seen it before and if you never experienced it, it's completely fine. I got lost as well. But it's definitely faster and it's definitely better than PS4 UI. PS4 UI, I had some issues with it. For example, my PS4 UI, well, yeah, it used to be laggy. Now I was on the original PS4, so maybe that's the reason why, but it's definitely better now than what it used to be. But just in general, PS4 UI was definitely laggy. PS5 UI is definitely a lot more smooth than any other UI I've ever experienced, besides Xbox. Xbox has a good UI, but PS5 UI is definitely a game changer. And the nice thing I like about Sony, what they did here with the UI, is it's totally different. I mean, Xbox, we just did a simple copy and paste. I don't really like that. Like Xbox UI now, it's definitely different, but I do like it. But PS5 UI is definitely way better. The next topic I will be talking about is the controller. Now, I will be showing you guys Astro World gameplay very soon. I'm mixing the videos up here to not make the video boring, because 50% of the time the video is pretty boring. But right now, as I'm playing Cold War, which this game is PS5 upgraded, the guns have the adaptive triggers. So I'm gonna see if I could. I don't know if you guys can hear that okay. I can't show it, but I will say that the adaptive triggers, they pull back. Like, it's more tough to pull back. So it's like a real gun. Which is nice, because it gets you more into the game, it gets you more interested in the game. I mean, if you just have a plain controller, it kind of gets boring after a while. Now, it's kind of cool how they did this here, because the controller adapts to whatever game you're playing. Now this has to be supported by the game creator, and hopefully game creators do support this. Now, Call of Duty does support this, as I just said. Fortnite also supports this as well, if you guys are pro Fortnite players. They definitely support this. And a few other games do as well. Astroworld is a big major factor in that. That's the game that pretty much introduces you to the adaptive triggers on PlayStation 5. Which, when you experience adaptive triggers for the first time, it's gonna feel definitely more weird. But it's amazing. It's definitely very good. I will say this now with the PS5 controller. The battery life is very good. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it nice and clear. When you're using the features on a PS5 controller, for example, adaptive triggers, etc., it's going to drain more battery. I'm going to say it out loud. I don't care if PS5 fanboys hate it or not. They won't admit to it. It definitely takes a lot more battery. Now, when I'm playing COD, this game, let's say I play about 3 hours, maybe 3 to 4 hours, it'll drop down to 2 more bars, but I still get roughly 6 hours of controller playtime, which is nice. I mean, it's way better than PS4 controller. It's more comfortable in the hands, the controller. And the cool thing about the controller is there's nice grip on the controller. It definitely feels a lot more better in the hands than a PS4 controller. And absolutely incredible controller. Everything on the controller for me is perfect. The design is beautiful. I love the design, the lights, everything looks nice on this controller. So that is the controller. Now I will say this for content creators, or well, actually for everybody. When you have a microphone in, you have to make sure you save the microphone to the controller. So let me explain. So I'm using a Turtle Beach headset to record this right now. When I first got my PS5 and plugged the controller in, it would not let me use my controller. Now I use a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is on the PS5 controller. But you have to go in settings and dig for it to work. Like, the controller has a built-in microphone, and I recommend not to use it. It's absolutely horrible. Unless if you have no other options, then the controller's microphone will work. But I recommend not using it. It's absolutely horrible. But for some reason with my PS5 system, it wouldn't save. So when I plug it in and unplug it, it automatically switches to the DualSense microphone, which is horrible. And I have to try to figure out how I could do this. So I went in settings, and then I found the option where I could save, when I plug my controller in, I could save it to keep doing that. So that's, I mean, for people that don't dig into settings that often, that's going to be a problem, because you have to search for it, and sometimes it does get a little bit confusing. But that's one disadvantage. There is that feature, but I just missed that. But yeah. But I'm gonna show you guys some Astro World gameplay, and I'll also continue talking about more of the PS5. Also, one more thing about the PS5 is the disk drive. So one major problem with PS4 disk drive is it was loud, especially when you're downloading games. Now, PS5 disk drive is definitely different than a PS4 disk drive. It's more quiet. Mine's definitely more quiet than my PS4 disk drive. And when you're downloading games, you're gonna hear the disc. You're gonna hear the disc moving for about, I'd say, 5-10 minutes. Not even, maybe even shorter than that. And then it goes silent, and then the game downloads quickly. The PS5 disk drive is definitely different. It's definitely more quiet as you put the game inside and the game loads up. It's definitely more quiet than anything I've heard before. So that's the disk drive on PS5. Also, one more thing I want to talk about before I go to Astro World, and Astro World will be the last game I show, and also the end of the video, is game download times. Now, with the SSD, which I guess this is one of the major reasons why we have hardly no storage. Well, we have storage, but it's small. Is the SSD downloads. I downloaded Cold War in 20 minutes. And this game's over 100 gigabytes. Over 100 gigs. So think about that. Over 100 gigabytes under 20 minutes. That is incredible. And I'm not even lying, I'm not even exaggerating. I didn't even have to. The nice thing about PS5 is you do not have to have internet. It's same goes with Xbox downloading games.
Enemy down.
Is that feature, which is nice. I mean, I was connected to the internet anyway, so I can install multiplayer, etc. But when you put the PS5 disc into the PS5 system, it definitely downloads games a lot more faster. Also, when you are downloading PS4 games, it's definitely going to be faster as well. It's definitely going to be faster than PS4, but some users might not experience it. I have experienced it, so yeah. That is pretty much it. I do have a little bit more things to say about PS5. Also, one more thing, again, is the design of the PS5. Now, I talked about the design of PS5, how it's big and that, but I want to fully discuss the design of the PS5. And one of the major reasons why it is a very quiet system, besides the fan. So one of the major reasons why the system is so big, and actually the system was supposed to be bigger too, but Sony didn't want it, massive, is pretty much the design of the PS5 is for the heatsink. Now, the heatsink is really massive in the system, and you can definitely tell when you're holding the PS5 system is the heatsink is definitely a lot more heavier. Well, the system is because of the heatsink, which I don't really mind because I'm not going to just pick up my PS5 and travel to like California or something with it. But let's say if you are going to be traveling, you know, after what's going on, it's definitely going to be one of those systems that are going to be a lot more heavier to carry than, let's say, a PS4 or a Xbox One S, etc. And also with the design, you know, you do have to be careful with the plastic fins. They might break. They are very durable though. They are built, you know, it's quality, but it's plastic, and plastic goes either way. I mean, it's either gonna be very strong plastic or it's gonna be that plastic that's just completely crap. But PS5 plastic, I will say, is very good. And also another thing I like about the PS5 design is the light bar. Now, if you have not seen a PS5 in person, I will say when it's nighttime, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Also, in daytime too, the PS5 is gorgeous anyway. But at nighttime, when you see the light bar light up, it's beautiful. It's a very awesome and gorgeous system to look at nighttime. Now, I have the disc version. I have not seen the digital version yet, but personally, I think the disc version is definitely a nice system. I mean, they both look like Wi-Fi 10 is anyway, but I would say the system is definitely a gorgeous console. Now, the one thing I wish it was a little bit smaller, like the Xbox Series X, and that system has 12 terabytes of power and is a lot more smaller. But I do respect Sony for being very cautious with air, you know, with the fans, because I mean this system does get hot. I mean I've seen the PS5 system was 120 degrees, so that's pretty hot for a console. Also, I don't know if you guys do notice or not, but the system does have liquid metal. Liquid metal is a actually liquid metal is I believe it's on the CPU. It's on a CPU. CPU or GPU. I'm not really sure with that. I'm not inside the system, but liquid metal is liquid metal, and it's not thermal paste. It actually replaces thermal paste, which I actually really like it because that means you won't have to change it. Like, let's say 10 years from now, you know, your Xbox Series X or PS4 or whatever is getting a little bit louder. You might have to go inside, clean the thermal paste, etc. PS5, you don't have to do that. I believe not anyway, so I might be wrong with that. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys some Astro gameplay, so let's get into that. So I am showing you guys Astro World. You guys are going to see the loading speeds, so I am actually allowed to record this part, thank God. But Astro World is this game pretty much explains the power of the SSD and actually how fast it is. So you click a button here, and I'm going to show you guys a controller demo. So as I'm moving through, I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. You probably just hear the speaker in the controller, which also the speaker in the controller is way louder and way more clear than the PS4 speaker, which is awesome. And also, if you look at the controller, you see the PlayStation logo right underneath that is a mute button, which is very helpful. I love this feature, and when you mute the headset, it turns orange, which is a very cool feature. And if you see the little hole under the mute button, that is the microphone. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys the controller. Now, you guys won't be able to see my controller in person, but you guys could kind of see what I'm going to be talking about here. Okay, so there is the DualSense controller. That's pretty sick, ain't that? Look at that. So, as you see, I'm pushing down on the controller, right? Or the triggers. Now, if I push it, pretty much, it like reinforces itself. It's more harder to push down. it's very hard to explain this controller because you have to see it in person and you also have to experience it to completely understand what I'm trying to talk about here. But it's very cool on how Sony did this here. I mean, when I first felt it, it felt amazing. That's what she said, and it just felt really good. Now, the touchpad, you know, it's PlayStation. It definitely feels better. And the cool thing is that there's motion sensor, and the cool thing about this game here is while you're doing motion sensor, and you see all those guys go into the controller, you feel like it seems like you feel every single one in there, and you can hear them in there too. And then I'm not this is the Turtle Beach, but yeah, but that's where the microphone is. So let me show you some Astro here. Alright, so let's go into continue. And then that's how fast the load time is. So that wasn't even 3 seconds. And as I'm moving my controller, you see how he's going around? That's pretty sick. And that's how he gets out. So this game is free on PlayStation 5, and also, I don't know if anyone really noticed this, but that's a behind the PlayStation 5 system. And then if you look up there, that is the front of the PlayStation 5 system, which I thought is very cool. And you hit this little guy down here, he gets a little pissed at you. Let's see if he does it. He gets mad, and then he just punches you. But I want to fully explain this game here. So as my guy is walking, you do feel the controller, you do feel every single movement. I just felt that open. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, many people showed off this world, which I'm not a really big fan of that world, honestly. So let's go into jungle. I think the jungle is pretty cool here. GPU jungle, and then you go over here, and also that's the PlayStation 1 over there. So that's pretty cool. SSD Speedway. You know, let's talk about SSD. Why? You know, because this game is based on speed. Immediately right into the game. There's no load times whatsoever on this game. When PS5 games are going to be fully optimized, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Now, if you are a COD fan, you are going to love PS5 because this game loads COD in like 3 seconds. I'm not even lying. It's very fast. But this game's insane. Let's see here. Let's see if I remember. Okay, yep. Is that a slingshot? Oh wow, look at that, it's a slingshot. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. So I never played this world before, and I just did that with the touch bar. Oh, look at that. This is pretty much the SSD in PS5. It's this fast. That's pretty much what defines this. This video is not going to be professional whatsoever. Like, this channel is not that professional, but I would say, like, it's definitely fun to do these types of videos. But I'm just showing you guys what PS5 can do. And also, I don't know if you guys even noticed, but you guys are watching this in 1080. Now, yes, 1080 is old, but on the original PS4, I only had a 720p option. I did not have a good video recording, which it sucked because I wanted to do videos in 1080. Also, I will be doing videos in 4K as well, but those videos will be special, like the games, etc. So those videos will be launching next year. So I just want to give that a heads up. Oh, pretty cool on this side here. Would you look at that? That's pretty cool. I guess there's one on that side too. Oh, look at that. That's sick. Alright, let's go up here. This guy's turned off. Okay. But, like I said, this game is a PS5 exclusive, and also, if you guys do not know, there is a PlayStation Plus collection. So if you guys do not know what PlayStation Plus collection is, I will simply explain it for you in a very nice, detailed form. PlayStation collection is exclusive to PS5 users only, and it gives a series of games. or the best sellers of PS4. So like Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, God of War, Battlefield 1, many other good titles. Last of Us Remastered, Last of Us 2 is not on there. But Last of Us, I mean, I recommend Last of Us. That game's insane. So there's a lot more on there. I don't want to list every single one. You can easily look up the list, but definitely a nice feature if you don't have any games and if you are just getting into gaming. This is a nice feature to know. And I just died again because that's over like $200 worth of games, and plus they're all digital, and you get to keep them all as long as you have PlayStation Plus, which it's only $60 a year. But also, if you do want to do that extra, you know, $10 a month, you could do PlayStation Now, which is alright, but Game Pass is definitely better. But definitely worth getting PlayStation Plus because just of the games alone, like the games are incredible. And I do want to list something with PS5 here. Some users don't know this. I actually found this out recently as well. So let's say I'm gonna use Last of Us here. Let's do that. So Last of Us is PS4 Pro enhanced, remastered. I believe remastered is. If not, Last of Us 2. I'm gonna use Last of Us 2 because I found this out on there. Last of Us 2 is PS4 Pro enhanced. The game is not PS5 enhanced. This means when I am able to pretty much play PS4, I'm pretty much able to play games in PS4 Pro enhancement as well. So, because of the SSD, this system is way more powerful. But if you, if the game's not optimized for PS5 yet, you could use PS4. And if it's PS4 Pro optimized, you could play the game in a PS4 Pro form. Now, is it bad? No. It just means the PS5 is not enhanced for that game, but you had the PS4 Pro. Like, let's say the game is PS4 Pro enhanced, right? And the game is not PS5 enhanced. You will have that choice of playing that game in a PS4 Pro version. So like Last of Us Part 2, you don't really get the choice. But let's say, I'm gonna use this as an example. Let's say BO3, right? Let's say BO3 gives you a 4K option, 30 FPS, right? Or 1080 60 on PS4 Pro. That, you have those options as well on PS5. And the game will look better than a normal PS4 game. Now, when that game becomes optimized, that means that game will run PS5, you know, PS5 spec. So that game's gonna run, you know, 4K 60 with ray tracing, or has the 120 FPS feature, which you do need a 120 FPS hertz television to have that feature. But personally, I don't really care about it. I like 4K 60, you know. But I mean, if you do want games in a better FPS form, then you're definitely gonna want a refresh rate television of 120 FPS. Now, could you play PS5 games in 4K 60 FPS? Definitely. You do have choices with games, with most games. For example, like, I'm gonna use Call of Duty again. I already explained it, but like, if your TV doesn't even support 4K, you can play the game 1080 60. You have tons of options what you want to do as well. And also, let's say you bought Spider-Man Morales, right, on PS5, and you want to play the game in 4K, but you don't know how to change the resolution. The cool thing about PS5 here, which I love, is if you explore the settings, you will see options of either resolution mode or performance mode. I'm going to explain the differences here. So, with Spider-Man Morales resolution mode, It runs 4K 30 with ray tracing, and that game is beautiful. Now, if you do performance mode, you're gonna have 4K 60, but without ray tracing. Without ray tracing. Now, if you don't know what ray tracing pretty much shows like better reflections, etc. I don't truly know. Oh, look at that! Cool. I don't truly know the difference here because I'm so new to all this stuff, but just from what I've been researching, it's definitely better. I think it's definitely better in ray tracing. Now also with ray tracing, as you see here with the plants that are reflecting off the rock, that is ray tracing. On PS4, you would see a reflection, but it wouldn't look as nice. As you see, as I do the flames here out of this little rocket, it's reflecting off of these guys. That is ray tracing. So I guess I don't know how ray tracing is. But also Minecraft has ray tracing as well. If you do play Minecraft, which we do play Minecraft as well on the series. So if you guys are interested in Minecraft videos, definitely check out the series. I will have a playlist. I do have a playlist already created. But hopefully this PS5 video is decent. I think I could. It's very hard for me to explain different things because my mind goes bunkers. Oh, look at that. About this stuff. I don't know what that's gonna do. Oh wow. Can I even go in there? I can go in there. But oh wow, look at that. It's with the PS2. I believe this was I don't know what this was. Look at that, that's pretty sick. Multi-tab. Oh, that's for the extended hard drive storage. But also with the with ray tracing is definitely a game changer in gaming. Like, it's absolutely incredible. I love it. I truly adore it. And PS5 definitely supports ray tracing 100%. So, yeah, I mean, this is PS5. This is a PS5 video. It's not going to be professional as the others, but this is a video that is not biased. I'm not biased whatsoever. I play both Xbox and PlayStation, and I will say the PS5 is definitely an amazing system. It does have some flaws to it. Like I said earlier in the video, I do have coil wind, and I've seen a lot of PS5s also have coil wind. If your system has coil wind, do not worry about it. Your system is okay. Coil wind is pretty much just with the power supply. Now, if it makes a very loud noise, then I would have a issue with it. But my coil wind is definitely silent. Besides at nighttime, you could hear it. And you remember, you have a new system, right? It just came from the factory. So you have to put the wear and tear in it, just like a normal shoe, just like a shoe. A shoe is a perfect example. If you buy Air Force, they're gonna be like rocks when you're walking in them, right? Those things are gonna be tough. That's what PS5 kind of is like right now. Even the newer systems, it just came from the factory. But I want to give some advice when you do have, if you are interested in getting one, like right now, just wait. Don't pay, $1,000 for it. If you're paying $1,000 for a PS5 and you get a PC, because PCs will obviously do better than gaming console. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This video is definitely completely random. I actually didn't really plan to do a video like this, but I'm in the mood for one. And yeah, I mean, PS5. This is next generation. This is it. I mean, it's crazy how PS4 is 7 years old already, but this is the future. This is the future of Sony. This is the future of gaming. And I do want to give you a quick recap of the video. Pretty much we talked about ray tracing, PS5 design, coil wind. Like I said, it is normal. If you do have coil wind very badly, definitely contact Sony support or just deal with it. I don't want to sound a-hole, but you know, sometimes you just gotta deal with things in life that you don't really appreciate. But we also talked about the controller. We didn't talk about PlayStation games exclusives. Let's talk about that real quick. If you guys don't know PlayStation, you know, PlayStation, pretty much, I think one of the main reasons why Sony won last generation is because of the exclusives. There's no lie in it. I mean, Sony did an absolutely incredible job with exclusives this time around. And, you know, with PS5, you know, if God of War drops next year, it's gonna be insane. You know, and that game's probably gonna be 4K, 60 ray tracing. You know, so that game alone is gonna sell millions of PS5 units. So, you know, but you know, PS4. I mean, with PlayStation, you could play PS4 titles. So if you want to play, you know, the original, but let's say if you want to play God of War 3 or even God of War 4, aka God of War, you could easily play God of War. All you gotta do is put your disc in, or if you don't have it, easily download it through the PlayStation Plus collection. It's on there, and it's free as long as you pay with your PlayStation Plus. And if you don't have any PS5 games or PS4 games, you do have Astroworld. This game is free, and this game is a very long game. I mean, it's very cool. It gives a brief description of Sony's PlayStation's history. You know, so it talks about, you know, Oh, I think I don't even know on that. You know, it talks about PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, even some Vita, and it's very cool. So if you guys are interested in PlayStation history, then you can easily play this game as well. But the PlayStation is definitely the place to play if, you know, you're very interested in games. I think that's a PS move. Oh, what? I just died from that. But, I will say this. I am not biased towards gaming consoles. I mean, gaming is, you know, it should be a non-biased community in the first place. But, you know, people gotta give their opinion. Look at that. But I will say PlayStation is definitely better for exclusives. You know, Xbox has Forza on that, but PlayStation is a lot better. If you guys want some recommendations for good PS5 games right away, Cold War, Demon Souls. I'm not too sure about Spider-Man Morales. I only heard that game's 5 hours long. So you know, I'm a gamer, so that's pretty small for me. No, that game was supposed to be a DLC. Godfall. I heard Godfall was incredible. A few others as well that are coming out in the future. And remember, if you have PS4 Pro enhanced games, they will work the same as a PS4 Pro. You have the option to play that game in a PS4 Pro enhancement. If the game does not support PS5 enhancement, but does support PS4 Pro enhancement, you still gotta get those PS4 Pro enhancements. I've seen a lot of articles on Reddit of people being confused, and also on Twitter. Mostly on Twitter, because I don't really ever go on Reddit, but, you know, many people got confused about this. But, anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I want to do a quick recap again. So we talked about the SSD on PS5, we talked about the controller, we also talked about, games, the design of the PlayStation 5, we did talk about coil wine, the adaptive triggers, the graphics, the gameplay of PS5. Please explore. There we go. And also the PS4, the PS5, the PlayStation collection. Definitely worth it. Absolutely amazing deal. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video of my little recap here of 3 weeks of PlayStation. I will say that this system is a changer in the gaming community, and definitely a changer in gaming forever. This system is definitely worth it. I don't fall into the scalper's hands. Don't pay for $1,000 PlayStation 5. Trust me, the wait is worth it. You get everything, you know. The waste is worth it. Don't spend $1,000. Just don't. Take my advice. Even though this channel is small, I will be the realest channel ever. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me down in the description down below. And if you guys are interested in any YouTube series, I am currently doing Call of Duty Cold War, which is 4K, which is in 1080p, 1080 60. That game is 4K, 60 FPS, but 4K videos take a very long time to render. But anyway, if you guys are interested in newer series, next year I will have a Uncharted series, and I will definitely have a 2021 channel news video. So definitely keep a lookout for that. If you guys are not subscribed, make sure you guys are subscribed to the bell button, like the video. Hopefully this video sounded good. But this video is just, you know, me truly talking about PS5 here, with all honesty, and it's worth it. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a good day, good morning, night, and if you're not, just always keep a positive mind. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you already have a PS5, I hope you do here. Peace out.